What's up, y'all? I know it's been a minute, but I wanted to give y'all an update. And I know it's been a long minute. I just realized that, what, a little bit or more than a year post-op from my stage 2. I didn't realize that till someone in the comments told me. I don't know how I didn't realize it. But I know the last video I made, it was when I had stage 2, I think, and I was in the facility, the nursing facility. So a lot has happened since then. um, so I after that video, I had lipo, and it was still with Dr. DeLeon. I had recently switched over to another surgeon, Dr. Santucci. I think it's something that they do there, because I was under the impression that I was going to be with Dr. DeLeon the entire process, but I'm guessing since she's not like a urologist, that they like switch you off if you want to pursue other stages. They switch you off to other surgeons, which makes sense. But I honestly just didn't. It didn't cross my mind. So with Dr. DeLeon, the last stage that I had with her, or the last surgery, was the lipo. And it was, at first, it was pretty big. Now it's a lot smaller, especially since I had plication with Dr. Santucci. So with Dr. Santucci, I've had plication, I've had my implants, my testicular implants, and glanoplasty. So the recovery process for that wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I will say I was a little nervous because with the plication, he had to reopen the underside of the phallus and take some fat out that way. And at first it didn't look like it was healing properly, even with the glands. So like I was getting a little nervous because it looked like how they explain it. It's gonna look bad before it looks good. But it is healing, so that was the good part. And I was continuously taking pictures of it and trying to see if I needed to send it off to them and see if there was anything that they noticed that wasn't supposed to be there. But right now everything is looking great. Yeah, this was like back in March, so of this year. So yeah, it was a little bit ago. But actually, Dr. Santucci is great. So if you do get a chance to work with him, I would highly recommend him. He, like at the consult and every other time after that, he went into detail with what what the plan was, and then asking me what I wanted and just doing what was best for me. I really appreciated that. And he also talked a little bit slower, because at times Dr. DeLeon, she can talk pretty fast, but she gives you a lot of good information, which I appreciated too. But yeah, with Dr. Santucci, he was really slow. Like he went in depth and just made sure I had a good understanding of everything, which was cool. So now I'm getting ready for my stage 3, which would be in a few weeks. And like I said, it's going to be the penile implant, the lift. I feel like there's something else, but I don't think there should be. So yeah, and we're going to see how that goes. With this stage, you're only there for like a week, maybe a little bit over a week. So that's nice. It's not like you have to be there for 2 weeks or anything like that, unless you needed to be, or I guess if there was a reason that you needed to be down there for, like you needed an extra post-op or something, maybe. But as of right now, that's all I have. So I will show you guys what my thigh looks like now. So this is my donor site. Looking good. He also had to take a graft from my thigh
instead of using my hip for my glands. So yeah, because it was pretty puffy. It still is, but it's not as bad as it was. It was like out here, like out there. No, but he took a graft from my thigh on this side, so I'm using my hip. And this is the other leg. It's like you can barely tell it's there, but like you can see it up here, and sometimes how the light hits it, but like from over here you can't even see if it's there.
So, um, some things that I did encounter with the Crane Center, like overall, my experience with them, I'll say has been like an 8.5 out of 10. Like they're great, the surgeons are great, team is great, like they're very respectful and all of that, but their communication is trash. So be mindful of that. Um, and I mean, it's bad. It's like this stage, it's been a lot better than before. Because with the last stage I just had, uh, when it came to the authorizations team, they told me 2 weeks before my surgery, before I was having surgery, that my surgery was approved. But luckily, I looked at my insurance app and saw that it was already approved. But it was just like if I never knew and I would have got all this stuff situated before the surgery, then I would have been like, shit out of luck. So yeah, their communication is still pretty bad. It's like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. It's like you never know what you're gonna get. And then another instance was um, when it came to billing. So I had to trying to figure out how much I was gonna have to pay for my final surgery. So with my insurance, the claim that was a process first was the hospital, and I'm thinking that it was going to be the Crane Center, but it was actually the hospital that got processed first. So with the Crane Center, though, they were saying that for my deposit, I had to pay my full out of pocket max, and I was just like, "What? That's kind of crazy." And me not thinking anything of it, just trying to make sure I get it and get it out the way. I paid it. Oh man, it was tough, but I paid it. So then, after all the surgeries are over, like I said earlier, they were trying to process the claims, and the claim that processed first was the hospital. So I'm calling like my insurance and trying to see why do I have to owe the hospital if I've already paid my out of pocket max, right? So with the Crane Center, what they did was, and they didn't tell me they did this, was the the full out of pocket max that I paid, it was to also cover the remaining balance that I had on my account. So they used that money to pay like the remaining balance. But I shouldn't have had to pay the hospital because I had already paid my out of pocket max with the Crane Center, and that wasn't communicated properly. So, like I said, I'm calling my insurance trying to see what happened and why do I have a bill for the hospital? Because the billing department from the hospital, they're also calling me trying to get the payment. And I'm like, what? I've paid my pocket max with the Crane Center. Why do I have to pay you guys? And they're like, well, call the Crane Center, let's see what they say. And maybe the claims haven't been processed yet and all that. So I called my insurance company trying to talk to my care advocate because I was just like so confused and so like all over the place. Like I needed someone to explain it to me and what was happening. So uh, my care advocate, she called the Crane Center on my behalf and she explained to me, but like basically what I just said. Like they basically paid my remaining balance with my out of pocket max when initially they weren't supposed to, because also the supervisor with the Crane Center called me and was saying, yeah, they weren't supposed to do that. It was really supposed to be like half of whatever my out of pocket max is, or I believe like my deductible, which I think is like 1,500. So that's what I should have paid. Instead, I paid double that, and it was just like that money could have went to the hospital. So again, their communication isn't the best. So I would just say, stay on top of it and make sure you get as many explanations and clarifications as you can. Call your care advocate, call Crane Center, talk to the supervisor, talk to everybody. Make sure everybody's on one accord, because that would really mess you up. And it's just, that was just one of the other things. Oh, something else I forgot to mention was, yes, this is my last surgery with Texas Crane Center. I also have a stricture, so it's a small stricture, but I thought Dr. Santucci would have been able to do it, but he was saying that, and what I mean by do it, he's saying that I need optimum, I think that's how you say it, is to help correct the stricture that I have. He was explaining it like it's a quick procedure, but you have to go in or to the OR, and they put this thing. I guess it's like a tube with a balloon at the end of it, and they put it through your urethra, and they inflate it, and on the end of the balloon, it's like this medication on it, and it's supposed to help with that stricture, and that's what I'm supposed to be getting. I had to get referred to a local team, because he was saying that if he were to do it, then it would cost me like $4,000, and I guess because my insurance doesn't cover it there, so trying to see if someone more local could do it. So I have a consult coming up, and we're gonna see what they say, and hopefully that would be the last procedure. If everything goes well, so we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. And I can't really think of anything else. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to reach out. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. And yeah, and thank y'all for tuning in again. I know it's been a minute. I apologize. Life. But thank y'all. And I hope y'all have a good day and a good weekend.